DJ, drop a beat. Everybody. I'm just kidding, guys.
Wrong podcast.
Oh, my bad. Anyway, welcome to D5 Questing. We are
Don't
here.
you mean beatbox questing?
Beatbox. Yeah.
DJ Reed.
I hope you all had a good week. We've all had a good maybe 15 minutes. But DJ Reed in the
It
box
was a
here.
good therapy sesh.
Good therapy.
Get
Your
some
next
stuff
character.
off the chest.
Your next character should be a beatboxing bard.
That just keeps going, and then that's when it comes along was they were forced to eat raw minstrels. Anyway, today's episode is brought to you by inadequacy. If things don't improve soon, we may have to ask you to stop helping us.
Is that a slight towards Caladrel?
Take
that! Please leave.
Get out of here, Callie.
It was a
throw her
thought.
in the pit.
It was only a thought. Yeah.
Let's go make
There's
her
a-
retrieve our kids.
on that wounded leg. Anyway, I am standing, just so everyone knows. I'm not sitting this time.
Really paint that picture.
I just did.
So I have two legs.
I'm wearing jeans
Holding the microphone in his right hand.
in right hand, not the left. There's something special about that. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to have John over here. He's going to give us a recap of what happened last episode. Calm down there. Calm down.
Oh my goodness.
Recap. All right, so we had a lot of discussions last episode.
Felt good.
We have a few things opened up. We have a replacement so far for fourth player. Champion, I guess, is what we're going to call him. There's no name on this one. Yeah, we just head bob going on. Our so-called prisoner that we did have, our bound, whatever she was, magic user, has had her, jaw no longer able to talk, and is now been put down. We found that they've been dumping corpses and goods and whatever else down into this chasm in this back room that we found. So there's slimes down there, 2 of them, sewer slimes, or oozes, sewer oozes. And yeah, we've tried to cover up our tracks, kind of blocked ourselves in. We have some corpses piled up against the one sliding door on the far side of this room, this torture chamber, whatever their experiments they were doing. And yeah, we're going to move on from there. I don't know, it wasn't really a whole lot of action there. It was just a couple explanations. New character popped in. Caladrel does have some information she's been dying for us to learn, so I think at some point we're gonna have to let her open up her yapper and start
I have stories too.
filling our ears.
She's like,
So-
I want to be part of the huddle.
Yeah, let's
She's an NPC. She means nothing.
let her drop the knowledge bomb on us, and I don't know, I think that's it. DM?
Thank you. Wow, what an intro. Basically what I heard was your characters suck. That's what I heard. So
I like that.
Our
they
characters
do.
suck? Thank you.
You take
I am
that how
so
you
happy
want.
that you think our
You take
characters
that
suck. That
how
means
you
you'll take it easy on us.
I have worked so hard on Mordax.
Yeah, there you go.
Mordax is offended.
You're good.
Mordax will remember this.
Mordax stopped believing in God that day. Yeah, so really, I think the ball's in your guys' court. Last we heard, everybody was looking down in the pit, except for Caladrel and Torvo getting some quality stacking dead bodies in front of sliding doors time with each other. So,
Hey,
Ooh.
okay. Now that that's all done, I want to take some time to treat my wounds.
that is a good idea.
It's a wonderful
That
idea.
is a good idea.
So we've more or less secure ourselves in this room. We're going to take a rest. Is that what we're doing?
Not a rest, no.
I'm treating my wounds.
Well, that's kind of,
We could all try
get
it.
some hit points back, and yeah.
Okay.
Even our new fellow, Champ, needs to regain some health. He's been sitting down here tortured, and
Yeah, we
So
started
straight up torture.
All right,
started champ
so
at
Jakers,
40%.
go ahead and talk us through what we need to do here to see
Uh,
what we gain here.
Yeah, so
You
as
need to
it,
be trained.
as it goes for medicine, you need to be trained. It can be done to you, or you can do it to your. It can be self-administered. And you roll your skill check on medicine If it
Against a DC of 15, unless the Dungeon Master says otherwise.
Yeah,
said you have
it's
to
pretty
be
much a
trained.
straight
Yes.
15.
So if you have the T next to
Okay,
your
gotcha.
medicine and
Fantastic.
shade it in, then you can administer first aid either to you or another person.
Yeah. And so after that occurs, if it is a success,
1 hour.
well, either way, you have to wait an entire hour before doing anything else. So it's an hour between each time you can do it, and then
But it's 7 minutes or 10 minutes.
10 minutes administration time.
Yeah.
And then if you get to the end of 10 minutes and you feel like you can go another 50 minutes without being interrupted, then you can double the amount of healing done.
yeah,
But given your guys' circumstances, you don't really know
when
who
somebody's just gonna
comes,
walk
who
right in.
goes,
Yeah.
the schedule, you know, or anything like that.
So, and that would, so we do the 15. If we were any higher, like expert or anything like that, then we could take a higher check and possibly pass that, and then get a little bit more done. But as it goes on a success, you can regain 2d8 hit points, and the wounded condition is removed. If you have a critical success, then the target regains 48 hit points, and wound condition is removed. If you fail, you take damage. You slipped with that needle. Don't feel too good.
Does anybody have any good
So-
berries left?
I can create them.
Durfee had one.
Where you getting the berries, boy?
It's been
Well,
two.
no, the problem is
Where's
it
that
takes-
leshy?
It takes a focus point.
Bring
And,
me a-
yeah, I do have to have.
And they
like,
expire in 24 hours. Don't
Bring
they?
me that trumpet,
Yeah,
boy.
like they're not trumpet boy.
They
So
are
Bring me that
perishable.
good berry, boy.
Yeah, they're perishable. So,
so I just rolled. I got a 24.
Okay. So not quite a critical success, but you
So
do
close.
get 2 Delta Ochos.
Cool.
And I don't think there's any 2d8 plus. I think it's just a flat 2d8.
Yep.
Okay, well, yeah, same thing. I'm going to start going for some healing. I got
Yay!
training in medicine.
I am more concerned about getting my equipment back.
Okay.
I'll go with him.
Split
So-
the party. Love it.
18.
Well, no, I'm asking. One
I'm
second.
telling.
18.
Does anybody know how to get
Yeah.
across?
So you get 2d8 back as well.
2d8. Okay.
I do. While they heal themselves, I could go with you. And
Please take me.
7.
Okay.
problem is you can't see in the dark.
How does
I have low
Caladrel look?
Caladril looks.
But all the
fine.
torches are out.
Oh, snap!
It's just me.
Like, dang, you're-
Light a torch.
Yo, Caladrel, you looking fine.
No, she's not injured. She's fine.
So,
can she
is
heal?
trained in healing if
Oh, okay.
somebody needs it.
So since Rav
I
and
might take that
Torvo
right
are sitting here healing, maybe. Do you need some healing over there?
I'm at 16,
Of
37.
okay,
Yeah, maybe.
so you're at 50%. You're at 40%.
I can heal myself, but my character is more concerned about getting.
Okay. You may need to convince everybody else to
Hey,
unbar the door.
I was gonna.
Hey, listen here, champ.
Do you want the healing? Because we can start that while they're discussing.
Sure.
Caladrel. Okay.
You just give
Thank
us a
you,
moment.
Caladrel.
We'll all go. I just want to make sure none of us bleed out here.
Read.
Okay, that kind of calms my nerves,
Look
and
at
I
that.
realize, okay, maybe I should heal too.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking me out of the. Talking me out
Don't
of
think
Take
I
me
don't
off the
do
ledge,
anything
man.
bad
Just
for you.
pull me back. Pull me back.
So I get 4d8 off of that.
Yeah. And you know what? You go ahead and roll. That way you're not mad at me
4d8?
4D.
He got a natural
No.
20.
Caladril
so-
nat 20 on that.
Oh, so it doubles.
Well, no, it was a critical success because she added in her proficiency,
So double.
so it's a 48.
Oh man. I
So
only got
10
6.
and
Sorry.
11,
I got
9.
6.
I rolled a 10.
19.
I got rolled a 4, but
So you got
10.
10? Well, at least you didn't critically fail.
So yeah, fail nothing, unfortunately.
So 19. I'm back at
You're just so
35.
focused on getting back your stuff.
I'm too distracted to actually like
Well,
look correctly.
well, I see him looking distracted. I come over and
So,
Help him out.
Caladrel, while we're all healing up here, do you want to share your story with you? You seem like you want to say something. You're looking like you're just ready, bursting at the seams to explain.
do I get a +2 on aid from him?
No. Well, you.
I'm
can
trained. I'm trained. in
You are
medicine.
trained in it. I mean, you tried and failed, so I would think that would be your.
I'll be coming over more instructor, like, it's going to be like this.
So how I see it happening is you tried and failed, and then you saw and you were like, yeah, you straight up and was like, here, let me just do it. I can see you're rattled now. Let me just do it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I would say just whatever your roll is.
I got 15.
Okay, so yeah, that barely passes.
That's why I was wondering, do I get the 8?
Does he roll my 2d8 or do I roll my 2d8 now?
That's up to you guys.
Your call.
I think
I'll roll them.
Was that a feat, 8,
2
or
points.
is that just a
Go ahead and roll 'em.
No, I know there's something that exists somewhere that says like if two people who have the same skill, you can assist each other, and I think it's a +2.
It's a DC 20 to the check, like to assist, and you have to be trained in it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what the bonus is. I thought it was a +1 aid
I don't
assistance.
know.
I mean, it is a bonus, and there's no negative for like, here,
Yeah.
let me go and assist, and then it's a DC 20.
All right,
Yeah,
I think
that's
I was just curious.
I think H and I are gonna be going off and trying to find his gear now.
Okay. All right,
You're,
so
you're sufficiently healed from Caladrel.
I got 35, so I got
Okay.
19 altogether from Caladrel, and it puts me back to 35 out of 37.
If they're gonna wander off like
you're,
that, then
you're ready to.
do you need to wait the hour? I know you need to wait the hour before you can do healing again. Do you need to wait the hour to like
Get it
set
all
the
back,
wound
I
and
don't
stuff?
it doesn't necessarily like.
What do you guys think? I'm good either way. I'm fine. It's the
I
difference
was
of
never
going
injured.
on.
It was just the level up that kind of.
It's the difference of just saying, okay, an hour passes. Like nothing's gonna happen the next hour if you sit around and wait for an hour. So
I guess we could hear Caladrel's story in that.
Well, that's what I'm after. Is
She's going to tell.
She's going to tell.
all right.
and here we go.
So as you guys are sitting there, letting your wounds heal, and Champ is anxiously pacing back and forth in front of the smelly door. Caladrel sits down and says, I suppose now's a good time as any to tell my story. I was raised in Stoneform Village, as many of you know. We've kind of talked about, and when I first met you three and Durfee out in the woods that one day with the hobgoblins, you don't look amused.
I want to check this door.
You just get up and walk over to it.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Okay.
I can see some of you are still a little bitter.
Excuse me, sir. Can you please sit down?
Story time.
I have the talking
Go
stick.
on.
No. So yeah, you can get up
I'm
and
listening.
like. What are you checking the door for?
I actually want to
Go through it.
just look.
Okay.
Peek through.
Okay.
Stealthily. Stealth check.
Still check.
Curiosity.
She just
killed
continues
the
on it,
goblin.
and you keep listening. I imagine.
The door
Yeah.
falls off its hinge.
So.
11 on my stealth. And so I'm really thinking I'm pretty sneaky today. I don't know. And then a 14 on my perception.
Okay, you open up the door, and you hear water kind of babbling, as it were. Immediately in front of you, it goes forward about 5 feet, and then 90-degree turn to the right up some stairs.
Is it lit?
It's lit at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
It's lit up. Like, you can't see the torch, you can see the light.
Sure.
Okay?
Okay.
So.
And then I close the bar back up.
Okay. And you, judging by the stairs, you see that it basically goes up to the upper floor of, like, the main floor that you guys were on originally.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
roll a survival check.
Everyone?
No, just one.
Oh snap! Nat 20.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah,
26.
you kind of retrace your steps as you've gone through all the twists and turns, back up to the dungeon, up to the council room, places like that, and as best as you can tell, you're essentially directly below where willing sacrifices go to cleanse themselves, and so that's going to be like
That stairway seems to lead really close to that chamber.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and so like you'd imagine the water that you're hearing is the pond that willing sacrifices bathe themselves in.
I never asked, or Rav never asked this before, but the surrounding bodies in this room, are they all elves?
Yeah.
These are the.
So the dead bodies are the guards.
Yeah, no, the dead bodies.
The dead bodies are an array of mostly elves, but I mean we had
An odd assortment of lizard folk. There's one leshy.
There's an elemental in one corner.
yeah, so it's a dwarf, a human, elves. So things like
Are
that.
they wearing the sacrificial clothes? Just the last question.
No.
Okay.
No, they're just, yeah, there.
They're chilling, if you would think.
As best as you can chill.
Alright.
Most of them are stripped down pretty well. Loin cloth, and that's essentially it.
Really? Why would they waste the cloth?
It's a kids show. That's why.
And you wonder why I'm so into getting my clothing back.
Hey, you chill out. You're looking good.
It's your
Chill.
loincloth.
I'm straight up Tarzaning it over here.
All right, you're
Level
looking
1
stacked, bro. Looking stacked.
Anyways, so Caladrel continues. I was raised in Stoneform Village. My sister and I were twins. I can't look at you while I'm telling you the story. Look at your sheet or something.
Just
Don't
so everybody
look
knows.
at him.
Apparently, I'm deadpanning him pretty hard. Yeah. Okay.
I'm assuming Mordax is giving that look to Caladrel. Spot on art.
Torvo.
Torvo.
Mordax
Mordax.
is putting his head
Straight up, Durfee is giving the same look I'm giving. That's
Mordax
Stone
is
cold dead.
Mordax has had a hard night, so he's trying to take a little doze.
Needs more taken care of.
Try not to fall asleep
Okay,
as he's getting
Caladrel.
So I was raised in Stoneform Village with my twin sister, and on our 18th birthday, one of us was picked as a willing sacrifice, and she kind of does like the equivalent of air quotations.
I'm guessing she was the one that was picked.
My sister was the one that was picked, and you okay?
He's all better.
I'm so good.
He's all better.
My sister was the one that was picked as a willing sacrifice, and I know that she didn't want that at all. So we planned to run away and abandon the village and abandon our family and never come back. But on the night that we planned to run away, she was taken forcefully into the caves in the dungeon. But when I went to go and attempt to break her out of the dungeon that night, I made it to the dungeon and she wasn't there. I knew something was up, but I didn't understand what. I heard guards coming and I ran away as fast as I could. I was able to make it back to my hut, and from there I decided the best way to find my sister was to... Man,
I'm really into the story.
are
now.
you?
He hold a piece of cardboard in front of him. Like,
Do you have any paper bags? Do you have any paper bags in the studio? Trying to set the mood here.
continue, Caladrel.
Does anybody have a small violin that we can maybe...
Yeah, let me pull it out from underneath my loincloth here.
I'm sorry I'm broken and I'm getting such enjoyment out of this story.
I was able to make it back to my hut before any of the guards caught me, and I thought the best way to gain trust and find out what truly happened to my sister, was to volunteer to, we call it, go on raids. For some time, the village chieftain Lamrel, has been acting strangely and not quite himself. Like something changed, and something changed drastically very quickly. And he started sending out people to go and turn people to stone, and then collect their hearts, and to find out different ways to go and collect magical beings. And so I made it my mission to volunteer to go out. I hired some hobgoblins to help me along the way, and when I came across U3 and Durfee, I'm not going to lie, I found it as an opportune moment for me to regain my good graces with everybody back at the village and sacrifice you. It wasn't my intent to ever fully go through with it, but you have to understand, I need to find my sister. She's all that I have, and she means everything to me. So I figured if I could bring back some willing sacrifices, that might get us farther into here. I figured out the way that led from the dungeon down below, which is why I left that note with the riddle on it for you to follow. And clearly it got you through into here. I apologize for the deception, but you have to understand, this has been the only way that I've been able to find to get down in here and look for my sister, which is what I'm doing here now.
How long ago was this, Caladrel?
Probably about a month ago.
I have to say, not to be harsh, logically speaking, I believe your sister's probably gone.
And I fear the worst as well. But I have to know. I have all but made a vow to find out what happened and rectify and avenge my sister if that's what it takes before I rest again.
I will help you do this.
Wow, that is unexpected.
Rav walks over and places his hand on her shoulder. You might want to come and look in this back room. And Rav offers to show her the cabin.
That was an unwelcome touch. You didn't give her permission.
Does she throw up? That's the big question.
Yeah, roll and throw up.
No, the question is, does she throw up from the hand touch, or does she?
What? Are you on your phone?
No, I'm playing sad violin music.
Oh, okay. I look over and I see it up next to you.
He's setting the
Now
mood
not a
for
good time, Reed?
Yeah, he's setting the mood for himself.
Really
Are we interrupting?
I was trying to get the tone
Oh,
in
it
here.
sounds like it's a humming.
Yeah, it sounds like a harmonica.
It's a violin.
It's a harmonica
It started as a
on,
violin, okay?
on the trail?
Well, she
anyway,
was something
no,
sad, so that's a comfort touch.
She looks
Oh, good touch, bad touch.
That's right.
she looks
Unwanted physical.
It was on the shoulder. It wasn't.
This is not.
You don't know where her
rated.
no-no zones are.
she looks down to down
Let's
the
keep this family friendly.
I'm trying.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the show.
Yeah. Hey man, I want to make sure our show is PC for all
This
audiences.
went to places that
So
we were not attending.
they walk over
I
to
don't know what
the.
happened.
I know. I went off the rails.
So-
I'm so sorry.
So she looks down at Torvo and over to Rav, and almost like you can tell that her eyes are watering up a little bit in realizing camaraderie, especially in the face of deception, right? And
I'm gonna resist my urges to tell her that if she would have just told us earlier, this all would have been fine.
I appreciate that because then she doesn't have to comment on that.
Yeah. I just need to know to everyone that I'm thinking that.
I'm gonna say it.
Because I'm an a-hole like that, and I'm a know-it-all.
And I would have told you, it's hard for me to trust people too. I'm beginning to think that we've just not been seeing eye to eye.
Goblins aren't people.
Yeah. Yeah, as she gets sparked.
So,
We're not people.
so yeah, you show her over to that room, and she opens it up, and braces herself against the stench, and walks over, and her elf eyes look down into the pit, and she sees everything that you guys have seen, but and nothing else. So
Okay.
So she's
No,
like,
yeah, no, I wasn't
Right.
expecting, but
Anyway, let's go ahead and
so
make
she
our way
doesn't
around.
really have much of a reaction to.
No, I mean
So looking in a dark pit? No.
Same as you guys.
I can cast lights and. I said I would show her
She's like, what the heck is all this on here?
All right, let's move on with this.
harsh
adventure,
reality.
I can show you
So,
a pit.
Yeah, she looks down and you cast dancing lights, and she has the same reaction of like yeah, it's hard to look at, and it's especially harder to look at, and you see like she kind of like falters a little bit, like she's gonna cry, and then she and like takes a deep breath and is like, let's
Cool.
I'll follow your lead, whatever you guys think. Obviously, Champ, you want to retrieve your weapons and armor, and I'll do anything I can to help get us.
Oh my gosh, Caladrel, let's do your name's Champ.
All right, look. So, is there
don't have
anything
a
in the
name.
room that
We
could
have that.
that I could use to basically set up a sound trap? So I just basically want to see if there's anything that I could put on the body stack to that if they move, that it'll make a large clatter that we can hear for way farther off.
Okay.
Through the hallways.
Okay. Roll a
Crafting check.
yeah.
A craft check?
Yeah, I understand you're probably not trained in
Oh my
it,
gosh,
I'm not.
I totally forgot that that's crafting was a real thing.
but like, I mean, you're basically like you look around and you're trying to figure out how to do this.
What about warfare lore?
What is he trying
I
to
like
do?
how you say things with a straight face, just to be like, Jake is bluffing to see if I'll be like, you know what? Yeah.
Here's my bluff check.
What's he trying to do?
He's trying to set up some sort of sound trap. So as you guys continue along, then if anybody starts coming up behind, then it triggers that.
Like, I want to put it on the bodies, so if somebody opens that sliding door as they all slump, you know, if we were in the room, it would be like thump, thump, thump. Wow. But
Down the hall. Okay.
down the hall, I want to be able to hear clang, 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 clang. If,
Chains on there.
even though I can put a bunch of pots.
Oh yeah,
in
chains.
here. So that's what I was wondering. Are they so thick though that if I set them up in some way on the body, you know, really think about that. Maybe we'd get that clang, thud. I mean,
Which is better
how
than
heavy?
nothing, to
Yes.
be honest.
How heavy would manacles hitting a floor though be? It's not.
That's all we got. So.
And that's what
Yeah.
I wanted. That's
Alright,
what I
so-
wanted to know. I wanted to know how
So
far I could go.
look
with this.
around. Look around. So you look around the room a little bit.
Right.
And for lack of a better description, it looks as close to the equivalent as a modern surgery room
Right.
as medieval can be. You
Okay,
know? So
then
like
all the
so you
pans
see
and things like
operating,
that, yeah.
operating materials.
Okay, I'm gonna
and
throw that all on the
instruments
body.
and things like that.
All, just stuff them in.
Okay.
All over.
Okay. Yeah, and that.
And I want to do that real fast. I'm gonna relate that to everybody.
I think that's
Before-
fine.
I say before we move on.
For all we know,
Before we
she
move
was
on.
doing bloodletting.
Right. Before we move on, I think it would be good that we at least try to set up some form that we can hear if somebody's coming behind us.
Okay.
So.
And
Okay.
What do you
go
wanna do?
ahead and make a. I don't know. I want you to make a check just to see how effective it is.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
that's fine.
I don't know what that'd be. Do you want to do crafting or do you
Well,
want to do intelligence?
does anybody else? Because we're
Make
all
a
now
society
choosing to do this
check.
as a group. Then as a group thing, would somebody be able to stand back and say, "Hold up, probably that way"? So what check are we doing?
Crafting
do-
and stealth. And
Do
Survival even?
yeah.
For setting up trap?
do survival. That's fine.
I
No,
guess stealth would be a trap too. I don't know what.
do
Thievery would be trap.
Oh, is there thievery?
Yeah.
Do thievery.
So does anybody else have a thievery at all?
I have three. I have two, just because.
I-
of my
yeah,
No,
mine
if you're
takes
not
time.
trained,
Mine's
because
no.
I'm naturally probably the highest.
I'm not trained.
I'm not trained.
I'm not trained.
Okay, then all right, here we go. Is Caladrel trained?
He doesn't have a character sheet.
Okay.
Good thought, but no, she.
Okay. Oh, jeez. 8 on me.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna roll
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah, do it. Here we go.
Everybody's just shoving stuff in.
21.
What? There we go. So he probably can recognize the best on what it looks like.
That's all.
Because I'm just like, I'm
character
hastily
rules.
shoving, and then he's looking like, hold up.
Listen here, Gobo. Why don't you do a.
I set up chat.
I'll put it up high where you can't get.
So our highest roll is the 21?
Highest.
21.
Okay,
Okay, so that's our GC of the thing. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just messing.
No, that's we can roll with that. I
Okay.
have it in mind of what that will mean.
Thank you.
No, that's
Because
good
especially
thought.
once we can leave that door open, and so once we get over there, that would echo through that expanse.
Oh, that's even better thought. Yeah, that's good. Good
Uh,
thinking.
lore warfare.
I'd actually be tempted to even leave the other door open, so if anybody comes in through the other door, they think we left.
Nah, well,
Yeah, the
with
water
the
one.
stack of bodies. Nah,
No,
because that's
we-
naturally that door was naturally locked anyways.
I thought it was open.
No, that
So-
door's locked, closed to end.
Oh,
So
okay, I
it wouldn't
didn't
be
realize that.
wouldn't be any different than somebody coming up and being like, "All right, it's locked."
However, we should close the door going into the pit room.
The key.
No,
We would
No.
be able to hear if anything
We
happened.
can hear it come through.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So if they do come in there, we can
And
just stay
by the
still.
by, it would be pretty suspicious anyways for them when they're like, slide, thump. That's a lot of bodies on this door. And, so,
No, I was
Is
just
this-
thinking if we,
Is it like Skyrim rules or?
right?
with the more doors open, they're not going to know
What's
for
going on
sure
down
that
here.
they went that way.
Well, that's
all
why
I'm
if we have that door open, they'll be like, "Oh, they jumped in the pit. Cool for us." So,
I just want to point out that I said that there's one key for each
Yeah.
bed. The other key goes to that door,
okay.
the water door. So
Rad.
And I figured that's why I kept that in mind.
Hey, Torvo,
Some-
got a suggestion. Why don't we take one of those bodies and crook one of his fingers so it points to the waterfall like we went out that way?
Oh,
one of the
yeah.
guards. So it looks suspicious. If anybody comes in, we went.
Does that same key lock the door leaving?
yeah.
Cool. I want to do that too then.
Okay. All right. So you guys lock up shop.
Yeah.
Turn off lights.
Everybody's fully healed except for.
Who left the lights
Cam.
on?
Yeah, I'm not all the way.
Clap on, clap off.
We
I'm,
need
I'm
to.
at 21, not 28.
We'll need to turn on dancing lights.
All right. So,
Like, you'll need to cast them and
are
pull
we?
it around.
Are we all moving out now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? We're back. We're all the way back to chloroform chamber.
Okay, but what happened?
Unless something
what
happened in
happened?
between.
1 second. What I want to know this. What happened to the other prisoner that we set up in that hallway by the stairs?
Yeah, the guy we pulled
I
all
killed
bodies
him.
back in.
Oh, you killed him?
I killed
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, he
guy.
was dead from the
When?
video.
Remember, I crushed his throat because we all came to the conclusion that if he wakes up, he'd be a problem. So,
Yeah, you guys.
So-
yeah.
And I crushed him silently.
I remember.
I braced myself against the other wall and shoved my foot into his larynx until it shattered.
I remember now.
um,
I remember.
Again,
Apparently,
Removal
I'm the one who's
of-
murdering people, so that's.
the few bodies that we actually put down, we removed their crystal from the bodies.
That's a lot of work, man.
Dude,
But we're talking about, like, though,
just removal of the heart.
the difference, though, and here's what I think. I think it is a natural, easily estimated thing for anyone to recognize the potential in a person. And when we're talking level 1 potential, it's very clear that that's an average kind of person.
Yeah, I'm thinking of using these for a bargaining chip later.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, how much would an average person's heart change like that?
No, I know, but it's not just these weren't average people, like especially the magic user, right?
Their families didn't think they were average.
No,
I thought we already established it. Oh, we didn't establish it.
No,
Mommy
we
said it was
established it.
special.
We
No, let's take her. Clearly, I'm with you on that one.
I want to take her heart.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm
I like
100%
the
with
guards,
that
too,
because it was very clear that she had magic.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm cool with that.
I don't care.
I'm
About
not saying like anybody that didn't have anything disappear. We yeah,
Tonight, man, I key all her rib cage. Yeah.
Yeah, Champ looks over and is like, "Why is everybody grabbing hearts? What the heck?"
Okay, so you guys discussed and only taking her heart. Is that what I understand?
That's what I'm okay with.
anything that if anybody that
No,
has
because
something
look,
disappeared.
this is where I'm
no,
getting.
I'm not-
This is what I'm getting at is
Hold
everybody
on.
does in some
Hold
way.
on, time out for just a second. Like, because you guys were sitting in there for like an hour. Caladrel's story only lasted like 5 minutes,
Right.
But you guys were in there like waiting for the healing to kick in for like an hour.
Right.
Is what we established. And so if you want to do that, if you want to take the time to start going through that, but as you guys cut into the first chest and peel back the rib cage, you recognize something very odd. Her heart is not there.
Fascinating. Well, there we go.
See, that's
As
Yeah,
you
but-
as you continue, because I'd imagine that you're still.
I
Now,
will do the rest
I would
of the
imagine
cards.
that now that if that is what happened, then yes.
Okay.
Now we're gonna check at least one more.
So
That's what
you
I'm
check one more and the same thing. You peel back the rib cage and
Their
there's
hearts
no
are
heart.
gone.
Gone.
Okay, Champ is extremely uneasy right now.
Shove it in
Okay.
his face.
Okay.
Okay, guys, now bear with me. Durfee's next. We need to know if his heart is still there,
That's
or if
actually
it is
true.
now gone.
I'm okay with that one. Come on. Yeah.
Are you saying I don't have a
Champ,
heart?
you are not Durfee.
No, I'm not.
Wait, do I have a heart?
No, I'm questioning if I have
I
a
hate-
heart.
I hate to
Open me up.
insinuate what this is, but we know Durfee had something, so we have to at least check, if not take it.
Torvo, I'm thinking that something is removing these, and that's what the uneasy feeling we might be having is.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Durfee's next.
you peel back.
Kindly. As kindly
Now
as
it's
you can.
Like we're not like just savagely just wrecking over
You take out the bone saw.
using Durfee's own axe on him that he found in a crate.
The rusted axe.
All right.
So you gently, reverently,
as
Almost.
as whatever you want to say.
Savages.
barely even human. You guys peel back his chest, and although his heart is there, it isn't glowing with the fervor that you would associate it should have.
Okay.
It's dimmer than what a heart should be.
Okay.
What do you?
While I was initially against it, it seems that it would not serve him to leave the essence what he would have left behind in a place like this.
I agree. but
I
something seems to have siphoned off.
suspect the emerald.
So I'm okay with taking its heart.
Good suspicion.
And here's what I would suggest.
Though I understand the reverence.
Yeah.
As
If
being
I-
Durfee, this is quite disturbing.
No, Durfee's
Shut
dead.
up, Durfee.
No,
I-
that's Champ over there.
I would say
He's looking
that
over
I-
Durfee. His character sheet was torn
And if Durfee were looking over our...
If
from the heavens.
if
The floor
anything,
above.
that we take this heart to where we're not feeling that weird presence, and we can bury it there.
So, somebody being mystical.
It's Durfee. Take my heart.
Thanks, Durf.
my heart when
As,
I told you not to.
Take my...
Take it.
Hey, man, it was only
Taking my heart.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you
nice.
for
Upon
Magically
dismembering
delicious.
my body, even though I did not
Magically
want it.
delicious.
quick question to the DM here. When we remove Durfee's heart, does the rest of his body slowly turn to stone, or is it like an instant, cold flash?
Nothing should happen. Nothing should happen.
I'm just curious if any stone begottens going on while we're
Yeah, but
doing that.
Caladrel already
Can I roll the haunt?
confirmed at least for us.
No, I know, but I want like us
They
doing.
were turning into stone.
Yeah, but us doing this, I'm just curious.
I'm trying to see if there's any
Right,
relation.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. We're on the same page.
I want to roll the haunt.
Make a haunt.
Make a haunt roll, please.
2.
Following Durfee's
does not
footsteps.
Alright.
No, you take the heart. You take the heart out, and nothing happens to the
Yeah.
body.
Alright.
No, I just
Nothing
observe that.
immediately happens.
I pocketed it in my pouch. Right.
Okay,
Let's
yeah,
go.
remove
Let's go.
it.
Let's go.
Down the hall.
Let's go.
All right, one more question. I know that you guys talked about picking up Durfee's stuff, namely the bow.
Oh,
the-
that-
how many arrows? Oh, you
Yeah,
probably picked them all.
3
Everybody
arrows
picked them
left.
all.
I
When I
thought you used
put-
them all.
No, you had
No.
3 arrows left.
When I
Yeah,
put them
three-
on...
I had
use
3
them all.
sleep arrows left. I had more other arrows.
Well, who cares about those other ones? Grab the
5
sleep
other
arrows,
vials.
Yeah, and then there's 4.
Yeah,
No,
but I
because
didn't
I'm
know
taking
who's
the one for the
carrying
guard.
I have them.
Well, I have because I have a bandolier and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have them just because I carry
Okay,
his body
let's do it.
in.
And
whatnot.
you got his bow then as well.
Yes.
Okay, we're good.
All right. Okay.
Get out.
So, as you guys go to the Forgotten Chapel, you notice the pool of blood. Although you guys did your best to clean it up from where Caladrel cut that guy's throat, it's obvious that foul play was involved there.
Cool.
The police are actively treating it as a suspicious situation.
The police are here.
The police are there. NYPD.
I like to think
She
of it as
did it.
a holy grail kind of level. We're there.
Alright, and we continue?
The interviewing witnesses while the movie goes on.
Oh.
You continue.
So you guys continue down in there. What is the marching order?
Oh boy.
Why?
That's
Well,
always...
since
that's always...
Since I was the one who already went through there, I would assume
Lead
that
the
I'm
way.
at point.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm following behind Mordax.
So Torvo.
I think Caladrel is falling behind Torvo, and I'm behind Caladrel.
Okay. Torvo, Caladrel, Rav, Mordax.
Well, I'm actually...
You got
I'm going to be behind him because, well,
I'm unarmed.
he's unarmed.
So you're taking the rear.
So yeah, I am in the back.
Reader
So the
in
weaker
rear.
ones are in the middle. Thank you.
Reader in the
Okay,
rear.
so there we go.
Reader!
Hey, let's keep this family friendly.
All right. So just as a brief reminder for what's in that room, we're going next to read in the drums. That was acid that burned.
Drums. Sorry.
That burned Mordax the axe. Acid damage. So we know that there's a potent acid in there.
Cradle ladders.
That didn't burn me.
You found.
Were there any empty
Yeah,
flasks?
you took 4 points of splash damage.
Were there any empty flasks or anything around?
No
No,
sleeping
there's a
flask.
broken one on the ground. The top right, closest to you, that's a crate of filled flasks of that clear liquid.
Of what we believe is all the same kind of stuff?
Yeah, you'd imagine. It's all
Okay,
the same.
I'm going to grab a few, then I'll put it in my bandolier.
Okay, go ahead and put that on your write it down.
Okay.
Yeah,
How many? How
Yeah,
many?
last time he had me roll to see how many I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say comfortably you'd feel comfortable carrying like 4.
Okay.
Would that be 4 all around?
Yeah, if you want to grab, there's plenty in there, plenty for all.
So I already have my 4, right?
I don't have a pouch or anything. Still on a loincloth.
So yeah, you can hold one in each hand.
Double fist.
There's also a in the bottom right, closest to you, new guy.
I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna throw it against the wall.
In
We
those
tell you what it is.
in those crates that are down on that side of the room, shovels, axes, ropes, mops,
This will be good.
buckets, work clothes. All of those are in very poor condition. And then also,
It's the inhale this, but do not touch.
and also ladder in sections. So it looks like that ladder could be put together.
I grab a couple sections of the ladder.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I think we know what the ladder's for.
Yeah.
And then also remember that there is a small cache of weapons there as well. I don't know what you willed. You could have grabbed a greatsword from the guards for the time being if you wanted.
Do they
The
all have
guards, had,
swords?
the guards had long swords,
Sorry, I'm sorry.
and there
long
was a
swords.
scimitar, whatever.
Canada, they say scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
Proper.
It said Zeta.
Okay.
No,
So you don't take anything. No armor. No weapons.
No, because I'm assuming it's not that far to the pit.
Okay.
I
Bold
mean,
move.
I would take a sword because I know that the things are down there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take a long sword.
A sword for slimes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Is-
Don't we don't know. We
Among
don't know
those various
slimes.
items,
I don't
is
have any
there-
knowledge of
like
slimes.
you said,
How
there's
do
a
you
broom.
know?
What are these posing
Yeah.
things that we
sturdy handle.
taking
There's
down with
anything
us?
like a decent length wooden with a decent head.
Okay,
Maybe
yeah,
they're
you
put the
could-
slimes to sleep.
You could.
Chloroforms?
Like making
Maybe they're put the
quick
slimes to
snap
sleep.
type thing.
You could. Yeah. You could find one. Like you know how if you go to the store and you get a wooden handled broom,
Yeah.
it'd be that same quality.
You just
Uh,
drop
Okay,
one.
so
Uh,
not,
So
Okay.
like
not
flutters
terrible.
and
Like, you know, you can use it once or twice before breaking.
Okay,
thing.
yeah, it's sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like
I'm
Um,
going to
this is how.
take that.
So the longsword. Just some brief stats if you want them. I've got them available.
And the scimitar.
I know.
I'll take the
I know.
scimitar.
I had a long sword before. It's 1d8.
Okay. These are masterwork longswords.
What? What happened to the? Oh, off the people.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So masterwork longsword gives you a +5 to attack. Or I'm sorry, that's not a +5.
Did
That
you change the
is a
weapon
+1.
that you're carrying? Because you had junk
I
left.
was gonna say +5.
Yeah,
Holy
I'm
crap!
really
Mine
bad.
still does more damage.
And then it's a
So it's 1d8 +1.
Did any of them have a different shield at all by chance?
no.
Okay, so is it okay if I grab the scimitar? Everyone's kosher.
Go ahead.
And
Was that
You can look it up.
Nothing super special about that.
just the long swords were mastercraft?
Just comes somewhat retaught. There was a scimitar at you.
And it's a 1d6.
No basis of
So
government.
look it up. It might be a 1d6 plus
They'd
2
be away, now wouldn't they?
slashing
There's some lovely fill over here.
for damage.
Yeah. I was just wondering between the long swords and the scimitar would be better. I guess the master sword.
All right.
Long
Oh.
sword.
All right.
Okay.
Let's make
So
our way.
that's what's in there. Rav, you said you grabbed a broom handle to use as a staff for the time being, and also a sword. Do you guys grab anything else other than the 4 vials of clear liquid?
I already had my own.
Some of that ladder pieces.
Some ladder pieces.
We're
okay?
gonna take.
I mean,
all
enough
the
so that
weapons.
that we can we can make a rough estimation of what it would take.
Of what
us.
you take to get down there.
Yeah.
Okay. And you notice that one of them is set up in a way as to be more sturdy, say at the top of a cliff or the top of a ledge,
Hang on.
and so that would essentially be the top piece, and then as you climb down, then you attach more pieces underneath you, type thing. So,
Interesting. True, trippy.
so they are in.
Did I don't know, we should have talked about this before. Did any of those other guards have anything decent armor-wise?
I guess we should have talked about that before, huh? Because you guys don't have very.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
we
we
were-
were waiting around for an hour, I guess we
Yeah,
had time
no,
to
that
strip
makes
them.
sense. That makes sense to like look around. They
They'd have to fit you too.
scale mail.
I mean,
Well,
they're
yeah,
humans.
They're all
I mean, they're all elves, yeah. So
he's a tall human.
Scale mail.
yeah, and you're a big human.
Yeah, I'm a human, yeah.
So
So if you want, like, you could.
I don't want anything.
Don't want that guy.
you don't want to touch stuff that's
I
up
want my
there.
stuff.
You, if you wanted, then you could, like, cut down the sides, you know,
We'll let it out.
and let it out if you wanted.
It's Fallout Skyrim levels. How much encumbersome room do I have so I can later take this and barter it?
No,
Or should I just ditch it in this pond and come back later so
No
that I can
gloves or
bring it back and
boots.
barter
I
it?
don't like, well, it got stripped off of us, so I'm just on.
Yeah, I
Place
think
that
I think
store
I think
so
we
can fast travel
previously
here again.
I think we previously said that they just took your weapons and you don't have your packs.
Yeah.
And so like,
I
what was
thought
on your
everybody
person-
still had their armor.
Yeah, what was on your person is what you
Yeah.
have, and so you still have your armor. So,
And then loincloth Larry over here.
Right.
but that's on you. We offered you armor.
That's
Yeah,
true,
you
but I
cut it
want my
down.
armor.
Okay. All right, so you guys move into the next room.
Okay.
We're back into the cliff.
This is the place that
We're
I got
not
to.
in the chasm yet.
I got to and then turned around and told you guys about.
All right, so
The stinky room.
what I'm going to put down is on this side. Okay, so when you see this, then just know it's across from that. I just don't want to take up everything. So you got to this point and looked this way, and so you got to this point looking this way. Does that make sense? What's
You
going
can turn
on?
that around. There you go.
And this goes. Hey, yeah, we'll just do it like that. Perfect. This goes right like that. Okay, so now a couple things here, if I may. Yeah, snap a picture if you want. Again, completely dark. You notice the footprints leading in this way as you came in from here. So the two sets of footprints you can tell came from this direction somehow. And so you'd imagine that somehow this connects back into it. Okay? Where there's these diagonal lines, that's stone wall, you can't see where there's the X's, that is the pit, okay, that you can look down into. Right about here is where you can go down into it if you'd like. And then over this way, you see two doors that are closed.
Okay.
So that's what's going on. So you guys don't see this over here. But you see these two doors that are closed.
I'm going to the pit.
Rob is going to go over to the doors and just see if you can listen to hear anything coming via.
Okay.
I'll
Outside,
help.
go and make a perception check.
I'll help Ace at the same time.
Who's making
while that's
perception?
working.
You're
You
making
are.
a perception check.
And that's going to be 27.
All right. So from this door here, you listen to that and you hear laughter faintly coming from this side of it. You also notice something interesting about this door.
Like, what kind of laughter?
Like,
Creepy little girl laughter? And...
Come play with us.
people having a good time. You know,
Oh, okay, no one did.
boisterous.
No one did.
Yeah. So
Can you tell about how many?
how many laughing?
I mean,
Sources?
at least
Uh,
2 or 3.
You
But
cannot. But you'd imagine that it's not one person laughing at himself.
If I can distinguish that there's
I
at
am the
least one or
brightest of the
more.
lads.
You can establish that there's at least two, but probably more.
No, that's, yeah.
Okay.
Come on, it's just good to know.
What?
You said there's.
It's just the way we're all looking
You
over
notice
here.
something odd. You notice there's a rope. You notice that this door is locked from this side, the side that you're on. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Tied to the top of that door is a cord. Okay? And you see the cord go in behind the hinge of this door. And so this door opening doesn't affect that cord at all. Okay? But you also notice in this door, there's a bunch of rags and stuff stuffed into like nooks and crannies to make sure. You'd imagine it's to keep the smell out. So,
Keep the stank in.
so
They all have a lavender
so
scent.
you don't know what that rope does, but you see that it is tied here and goes in this way.
Is there
Um,
there a way to investigate that further if with a check?
I mean, you could check, but I mean, you're not gonna. I mean, what are you looking for specifically?
Trap.
Alarm.
Trap or alarm?
I would assume it would be an alarm type thing.
I would imagine that's a thievery check again, but I just
Okay.
wouldn't know.
Pulls like
Like if the door's open, the alarm's going that way to where the laughing's coming from.
Because you're so spot on, then yes, that's exactly what it is. So it's an alarm, essentially for this door. If this door is open right here, Shakers, if this door is open, because it opens this way, then it pulls the rope, and you'd imagine that it's going to create some sort of alarm situation. Okay. It's also curious, like I said, that this door is locked from this side, so you can unlock that door and open it if you want.
In order to disable like devices and stuff, you have to be trained in thievery.
We should do.
So none of us are
I've never said I was
capable.
going.
I'm with Champ over there for doing the pit. I'm helping him with the
Get
pit.
back over
How
here.
heavy are those barrels of acid?
Dude, they're
trying to work
open.
my way down.
That would be so sloshy.
one of
Only
them's-
one is open.
one of them's
There's
open.
3 that are unopened.
Question:
Okay.
Can Champ and I? Can we just be assume that we're putting the ladder together
Yeah.
and making our way down?
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't have to revisit that while you guys are trying to figure out this door.
All right, so let's let us revisit that. So you guys start attaching the ladder together. Go ahead. Who is? So the way that the ladder is designed, it's not very engineered. It's not engineered very well. You essentially put the top piece on, and then you go down and attach the next section of ladder.
Couldn't we
underneath
just
you.
attach it all together at the very top and then?
Well, they're doing.
There's
that.
not enough room up here to do that.
Well, we could do a big chunk of it first.
Okay, so you do a big chunk of it. We'll say there are 5 sections, and you get 3 together, and so you need to take the other 2 down.
Okay.
So who's attaching it at the bottom?
Me, I've got more strength.
I'm
He's
going
pretty
to
hyped to get his stuff.
relay what
I'm happy
I
to just
found
carry
with
stuff,
the-
carry
I'm like volunteering you.
You can just hold the
Anybody
ladders
goes
and
down
just
the
hand
pit?
them down to
Yeah.
me.
Just so everybody
Okay.
knows, I'm going to start taking some of these barrels of acid, at least 2 of them, lean them up against the door so that if the door is pulled, they're going to fall into whoever comes through the door.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want to do that, then you'll need at least 2 people to manhandle the barrels.
You have to.
Do I have someone to help me?
Caladrel and
Okay.
She's down with
Torvo.
Okay. All right,
Is
so then-
Caladrel down with that?
Yeah, Caladrel decides that.
She wants revenge. man.
Well, I'm just
She
saying,
helped me.
boisterous
she's-
people outside.
If you're
and
if your
you're like,
story's
maybe
right,
we accidentally burn people who are unwittingly a part of this because Caladrel was unwittingly a part.
you know
of it.
that we
These
we
guys
can't
are
take
laughing
that
and
risk.
boisterous, and considering what's on that side of the door that they have rags stuffed in,
We can't take
they're
that
part
risk.
of it.
Wait, they're on the other side of the rag
So-
door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I thought that we had the rag door here and then the boisterous party here, like they were
yeah.
separating those. Oh yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Freaking it. Who
We're on the
cares?
same part.
Okay.
okay. All right. So real quick before we do that. Wow. All right. So let's get this ladder figured out while you guys are doing that. Let's do the ladder. All right. So who is putting the next 2 attachments on the ladder?
I am. He's holding both of them, but
Alright,
he's
go
going to hand
ahead.
one to me.
And as you are carrying a piece of the ladder down and attaching it, go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Ooh, fun. Acrobatics. 8. Hey, well, what do you know?
Did you add anything to that?
8. No, I
Oh,
added
boy.
2 to it.
Oh boy. All right. So you slip. Okay.
Cool.
We're gonna give you one more shot to grab onto a rung
Before you fall to your
before you fall. Okay. So you drop the 1 ladder piece into the pit,
Cool.
dun dun dun.
Not really. I'm okay with that.
What kind of goblin are you?
and go ahead and
I can take the fall.
Okay.
I've got cat fall. I can fall any distance.
Well, so
and
does
it's
he.
minus 10.
there are
Things down there.
Slimes, yeah, or other things.
soup.
Yeah, you're
So-
not exactly holding weapons while you're on the ladder.
I have them. I have weapons.
So, but just be aware.
All
So
right.
go ahead
Cool.
and make one more. Make a dexterity.
I made a huge mistake.
We're gonna use the hero point. I got a 4.
And this is a dexterity save
That's
or a
nice.
reflex save.
Oh, it's a reflex.
Well, yeah.
Reflex
that's
saving
your
throw.
dex
Would have been
save.
10, but I'll just do that. Okay, yeah, that's better. 17.
Okay, you slip and drop the 1 section of ladder down to the bottom, and with your other hand you snag the last rung and are hanging there.
I pull myself back up.
That's what I like to hear.
I don't. Well,
Send
darn.
down the next section.
Actually, I'm in prime position for that right now.
You
so-
are in prime position for that. Would you like to?
I'll just hold on.
Okay, so do you want the next section
Yep.
of the ladder? Okay.
Yep.
So we'll say that it makes it down to you just fine. Go ahead and make another acrobatics check.
Why? I'm already there.
You are there, but you gotta like reach down. Like I said,
he doesn't have to reach down. He just has to pull it down and put it up. He's on the last rung.
Okay.
I'm already holding on. Like,
Okay.
I'm right there. So.
Just the same.
This is an acrobatics, or should this be more of a strength check because
Either
I'm holding
one.
myself in?
Athletics or acrobatics, whatever. I mean,
I think it's
Probably-
acrobatics because you're like flying trapeze, basically.
But athletic, not necessarily. I'm actually holding myself up here, not trying to fly in the air.
How about survival?
This
that's
is
a climb. Look, climb goes under athletics.
This is
and
probably-
acrobatics. That's the problem. Is athletics and acrobatics, a lot of things can be
Red,
interchangeable.
acrobatics,
Okay.
blue, whatever else.
How
you
about we
guys
did
decide.
acrobatics the first time, athletics this time?
Okay, you get what you want.
Athletics! Because I've got 8 in that. It helps a lot more. See, 14.
Okay.
Better than an
You
8.
successfully do it, and you find that you are about one ladder section short of getting to the ground and being able to climb back up the ladder.
You said that was 2
I'm
feet,
fine to
right?
drop. No, they're 10 feet each. If the pit's 100 feet deep and we have 5 ladders, then that makes that a 20-foot drop.
Yeah, just off of
I'm
off of
fine.
estimation.
I'm fine to drop.
Let's say somebody interlocks their feet on the last rungs,
And somebody down.
and somebody jumps down.
Is that going to be a strength check, or is that going to be acrobatics?
That'd be, I'd imagine both.
I have no
I'd imagine
problem
both.
just
But
jumping
what I'm
from
saying
20
is-
feet.
Would we be able to, or was there more ladder pieces back up in
So
the...
there's more. There's another ladder piece up
Oh,
there.
yeah, well, why the frick these crazy?
Hey.
Like,
I'm
The other
just
one's
gonna
just
drop
down
from
there.
the bottom
Okay.
of that ladder. I have.
yeah, well, ladder piece back in the, I mean,
It doesn't matter. It's only a 10-foot drop to me.
Okay.
I know.
So, do you have a plan to get back up, or are you just going to fight that?
The
you're
other
just
ladder's
staying
down there.
Okay.
Like we
Just
just
hook it up and climb back up.
All right.
that was my plan
Can you
too.
reach 10 feet? That's what I'm getting
Well,
at.
the ladder's 10.
The
The
ladder-
ladder itself is 10 feet.
The ladder section is down there. Grab it, hook it. and
I
you can
thought
climb
it's a
back up.
rope ladder.
No.
It's
No.
It's an
stiff?
interlocking ladder.
Okay, that's all I'm sitting here thinking like, no, I got this. Whip, whip, whack, whip, whip.
No, they're still locking it together as they're going.
So both those drop the 10 feet. Pretty much the 10 feet, because both
So
I'm
much more
unbreakable.
sense.
Yeah.
We're okay now.
Okay, we're on the same page.
So, what we're going
Caladrel
to
and
do
Rav now have the first barrel propped up against the door.
is we're going to have you guys roll a little initiative while you're down in the pit.
Cool, fun.
Yes.
Die.
Okay, while they're doing that, I backtrack and I wanted to check out this extra area over
All
here.
right, hold
that
on
we
just a
can-
second then.
I know, I just want to make that known.
Duly noted.
That is where
Duly
Torvo's
noted.
at. He's not even around you
Wait,
guys.
extra room. I'm lost now.
The room that's covered over with the sticky notes.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
That's why
Nobody
Torvo's
told
doing it.
Rav.
Yes, you did.
Because nobody-
You go all the way back to episode 13. You were told.
8.
What do you add to your initiative?
Your initiative?
Yeah.
I think it's perception.
Okay.
Yeah, perception.
So, unless stated
If it's
otherwise.
combat, combat
Yeah.
is perception.
Hero point, I have 2.
Where'd you get the other one? Oh, yeah.
you
that's
gave.
right,
No, I'm
that's
not going to
right.
use it though.
We need to figure out if hero points carry over.
I have a 13.
Okay. 13. What do you have?
11.
11.
Typically, no.
All right. Okay. Will they survive combat? Will Caladrel and Rav successfully get another barrel
Of acid without losing a finger?
of acid over without needing to make any checks?
I think it'd be cool if
Caladrel.
Caladrel loses a side of her face.
And will the party ever learn Champion's name?
And
We'll see.
and will Champion ever actually get his armor
I know next time.
on
D5.
Question.
Meow.